I think we have a caller on the show right now. So let's just throw it to the caller. Caller 916 on air. What's up?
Yeah. What's going on,
man.
guys?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, come on.
We got Stevie Breach on air. Stevie, how you doing?
It's another good day here in Sacramento, guys.
Oh,
Man,
nice.
Must be nice down there.
Oh, it's all right. We're having a good sunny day. The rain has finally gone away. What are we talking about? Sounds like you guys were doing a little Raw review.
We were running down Raw a little bit. We were talking earlier in the show about how Brock Lesnar's made his debut, obviously, and how we think, both of us, Sean and I, both think that Brock Lesnar's kind of been thrown into a match a little bit too quickly, both in our opinions. Stevie, do you think that's about accurate?
I think it's early, but I think you have to try and get every dollar you're going to get out of this guy. The rumor that I've heard is that they're going to pay him $5 million for 1 year. That's 12 months of wrestling. If you don't get as many matches out of this guy as you can, you're really paying him for nothing. But the way they brought him in was huge, but I think they crapped all over it by putting the Three Stooges out there and making everybody change channels that tuned in to see him.
We were just talking about that, actually. When you popped on, that was what we were talking about, and we don't want to talk about that anymore. It was so ugly. It was terrible.
Yeah, it just was bad. I mean, anybody that was an old fan from back in the day or anybody that's a UFC fan, I guarantee you they changed channel. If not the first time they saw him, the second time they were gone, and they probably didn't come back.
Absolutely, and this is something I felt, as well. I mean, you're a UFC fan. You didn't watch Raw after WrestleMania. You hear that Brock Lesnar's there. You turn on the channel, and what's the first thing you see? The Three Stooges. You're like, yep, that's going off. That's how I felt.
I mean, there's a time and there's a place for that stuff, but it's not right now. I mean, right now you need to be growing your audience out of WrestleMania, trying to keep those. What's the number you've been hearing? I heard 1.9 million buys for WrestleMania, which I think is crock of crap. But I mean, you got to keep as many of those buys for Extreme Rules as you can.
Right. And just like you said, there's a time and place, and this is not the time and place. You're looking to you're looking for a storyline progression. You're looking to keep those viewers, and that wasn't what it was. But we were talking about a little bit about Brock Lesnar and how he has a match 2 weeks from now against John Cena, and his return was impactful, and there's no denying that. Stevie, you were live as well in Miami with Sean. Basically, what do you see happening at Extreme Rules? Do you see Brock Lesnar coming out victorious, or do you see our boy John Cena walking out?
Oh, there's no way you're paying Brock Lesnar to come in and lose, because if he comes in and lose, that's just going to feed more storyline to Sports Center and something like that. That Brock Lesnar's still got it. Vince McMahon needs to make this guy look like a monster, and he's got him come in and he's got to have him squash his number one guy in the company, and I think that's hurting him because they just put over The Rock, so it's like Cena's going on this huge losing streak to guys that are outside the business pretty much.
Yeah, I see that working into a storyline at some point, though. I could see Cena losing to Lesnar. Obviously he's lost to Rock. Maybe he'll lose to someone. Maybe he'll lose to Rock again, and then he's on this terrible losing streak. I could see that turn into a program of sorts.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. Then who do you have him finally beat? I mean, like, you can't put him in a title shot to redeem himself if he's lost like 3 or 4 pay-per-views in a row.
Sean and I were talking about potentially having an Undertaker John Cena match at WrestleMania 29.
The main event.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I see that too. I think that's the one Undertaker match that's still on the table that people want to pay to see. I wouldn't hate it if we got him against Lesnar. I wouldn't hate it if I got to see him one more time against Batista. Those are the two biggest feuds I think Taker's had in his career. But I've always been a backer of Cena versus Taker. I think that's what we have to see if Taker's going to be there.
Mm-hmm. What about a Randy Orton?
He's going to bore the crap out of me wherever you put him. To me, he's probably just going to be wherever the SmackDown title is. It's too early to say because after WrestleMania 27, who was able to say that Danielson and Sheamus were going to be, for the SmackDown title at WrestleMania? You might have been able to pick Sheamus, but no way anybody picked Daniel Bryan to be in the main event.
Yeah. Everybody listening, we're talking to Stevie Breach. Stevie's on YouTube. Make sure you guys go check on his channel, and make sure you follow him on Twitter at Stevie Breach. Obviously knows his wrestling. Sean and I were talking about the CM Punk Chris Jericho kind of feud a little bit before you came on. What do you think of the most recent stuff that happened on Raw this past Monday?
I honestly like, I didn't get to live the Ring of Honor feud that CM Punk had where he sort of already had this storyline, but I've seen a lot of it on YouTube and DVDs, so I honestly feel like I've seen this and done this before, and a lot of people love it, and I like that. But me, I just haven't been into it as much as I thought it would be.
We were talking.
I think I've got an idea as well. It seems like the WWE title's lost in this rivalry. I felt I needed to take this away because people know that CM Punk's not dropping that title to Chris Jericho. He's leaving soon. I mean, what do you feel? Do you think they should take the title away from this?
I don't know, man. CM Punk needs to be the face of wrestling. I think that he is over enough with that out of wrestling crowd that I think he brings in enough people that I think he needs to be on top. I don't think you need to take the title away from Punk. You just need to find him a good person to face. Once Jericho's out of the picture. Because I mean, if you have, I don't know what it would be like Brock Lesnar versus CM Punk. CM Punk's size, it would be like Lesnar would just destroy him. I wouldn't even give Punk a chance. So I mean, like, who the heck do you put up against him? I know that CM Punk's a big fan of Lesnar's. He probably wants to work with him, but I mean, on paper, there's no way in hell I'm giving him a chance.
I guess, but you look back at Brock Lesnar's 2004 run. I mean, no Way Out 2004. I mean, when you looked at the two men, I mean, nobody probably thought Eddie Guerrero could beat Brock Lesnar, but he did, and it was a classic matchup at No Way Out 2004. I could see that happening with Brock
buddy
Lesnar.
Luke Cage was there, man. It's a classic match, great stuff.
Amazing match. I'm a huge Eddie Guerrero fan. Rest in peace. I mean, he's one of my top favorite. He's my top 3 wrestlers of all time, and that match right there was amazing. And I think, size doesn't matter. I know, that could be a storyline in itself, basically like, hey, I'm bigger than you, you're smaller than me, I'm going to whoop your ass. And CM Punk says, no.
Also, Goldberg jumping over that rail probably helps him out a lot, too.
Exactly. I don't see him, losing many matches this year. I don't see Brock Lesnar coming in to lose much. He'll probably lose one,
I say you put him over all the way up until Mania when you have Rock beat him. That's what I want to see.
I see Lesnar facing maybe the Big Show again, maybe like Kane, maybe Triple H, people that look legitimate to him. Because if you put him in there with the smaller guys, no one's gonna believe that, like you said.
Yeah.
I hope not. Like Stevie said, you're paying him $5 million for a year. I mean, he better come in and hopefully 5 years from now we can look back at this and say, Brock Lesnar actually helped out the scene of wrestling and not just put over guys like, Show and Kane. I mean, hopefully he puts over someone like Cody Rhodes or, Dolph Ziggler or something like that. I mean, I know the face-heel thing can get tricky, but the young guys.
That's a dream, but that's not happening. No way in hell.
Jack Swagger,
no way
right?
Putting over anybody like that. No, not even Swagger. Swagger can't lace his boots. I think you might if he ever wrestles on Raw. I think you might be able to bring up the fact that Swagger beat that Cain Velasquez, whatever his name is, from UFC. He beat him twice in college. You might be able to get a Raw match out of it. So I think Swagger will get crushed by Lesnar. Yeah, I don't think anybody has a chance against Lesnar. You let him beat everybody the whole year up until Rock, and then you have Rock come in and win that championship. Because I honestly don't see Lesnar working for WWE next year. I think he's one and done. I think that's all he wants to do. He wants to make that $5 million. He doesn't want to be on the road or deal with any of this garbage. He just wants that money fast.
Yeah, and that's the reason why he left in the first place, was because of all the road stuff. He just couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah, with his schedule here, he doesn't have to work house shows or anything. But I still don't see him wanting to put up with this stuff. He might even decide like Ken Shamrock, where he says he might have one more run if he gets his body in shape and everything like that. He might want one more shot at the UFC title, especially if they flash that money at him for that big payday.
Mm-hmm. I think that's interesting you said that, Stevie. When I was watching Raw these past 2 weeks, Brock Lesnar didn't really strike me as a physical specimen anymore. I mean, we were so spoiled in seeing him 02 to 04 just being this huge monster of a guy. Are you kind of concerned about his physical shape at this point?
No, not at all. When I saw him do that, I call it the frog jump. I don't know what everybody else calls it, but when he did the jump last week up into the up on the apron, I said, okay, we got Brock back, because I was scared when we didn't see it the first night in Miami. I was looking for it. That's just an awesome thing to see live. Just to see somebody jump from the ground up to the ring apron. I think he looks good. I think he's gonna be squashing people.
I think he's going to look a lot more impressive than The Rock did on his return. There's no doubt about it. This guy's an athlete. I mean, he's a fighter. He's a war machine, like you said. I don't think there's any. I don't think he's going to be as good as he was, but he's certainly, going to be decent enough. John Cena is not the best guy for him to show his attributes.
That when The Rock came back. Everything. There's no way that Brock Lesnar is going to be back to where, anywhere near that. No way.
I agree. He's not going to be. Stevie Breach, thanks for coming on.
Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. It was a ton of fun.
Well, hold on now. Do you have to leave?
I honestly was breaking up. I could barely hear what Sean was saying.
Yeah, we're having a bit of a trouble here.
Oh, damn. You guys have fun.
Obviously.
It's crazy.
I know. The connection here is bad. I apologize. But